Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee with Craig. Happy Friday. We very much appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you are prepped and prepared for the weekend because it is going to be a doozy. There are a few things that are going to be going on. First and foremost, I want to remind you that the FPC team later on today is going to be out at Sacramento Black Rifle in Citrus Heights. So please come on out. You guys know, and I'll tell you, every time I get a chance to meet you guys at an event or when I'm out at the Capitol and you guys are there, standing up and supporting your Second Amendment rights or wherever it is, whenever I get a chance to engage with you guys and you guys tell me, that you guys watch what we do or you get our emails and all of that, you have no idea how much that means to me. And I would really appreciate it if you would come on out. A bunch of the guys are going to be there who are involved and engaged, who are working behind the scenes. And they, I'm positive, would love to hear from you, whether it's, Richard or Evan or John or Jonathan. I know for a fact these guys, they work really hard. They work really hard to help make sure that we have a first-class operation in terms of making sure that we're in connection with you folks, but also in making sure that we're advocating for your rights. So if you get a chance, once again, it's Sacramento Black Rifle. It's on the corner of Fair Oaks and Greenback. So come on out. It will be out there after 3 o'clock. So I'll say 3 until likely till about 4:30 or so, 4:35-ish. But invite you guys to come on out. If you're in the area, if you're going to be in the area, if you can find a reason to be in the area, come on out to Sacramento Black Rifle tomorrow afternoon after 3. Not tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow. This afternoon. Come out this afternoon. At 3 o'clock. Now, tomorrow is a whole nother thing going on. Tomorrow, there's going to be a big event taking place at the California State Capitol. It's actually taking place at a bunch of state capitals across the country. It is an event that's being organized by Americans for America. It's the National State Capitol Stand for Your Rights to a Rally. It's going to be taking place at state capitals across the country. If you look on the flyer that's on your screen, there's various different times depending on where you're going to be at. If you want to know when or exactly where at your state capitol it's going to be, or if there's going to be one at your state capitol, just go to Facebook and then go to the NCCPA. You see that down there? Just type that into the search engine there in Facebook, and either your state will pop up or you can pull up the main page and there'll be a bunch of shout outs regarding what's going to be going on at the various different states. So would encourage you guys, if you can make it out, this is tomorrow, Saturday, April 14th. If you can make it out to that, then please make it a point to make it out to that so that your voice can be heard on the Second Amendment. Let your legislators know how important the Second Amendment is to you. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. That's my pitch for that event. Please. And by the way, if you go to the page, let the folks there know that you heard about it from the Firearms Policy Coalition so that they know that we're helping get the word out. Anyway, very much appreciate that. Okay, so let's get on to today's topic. Now, you guys know that I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about students and young people and the anti-gun community and fake news and yada, yada, yada. But I actually have some news that's not fake news. And it involves young people. And it involves, not fake news, young people who are actually standing up for the right to keep and bear arms. And, I'll let you guys check it out. We'll talk about it on the flip side.
Students and the community gathering near Woodland Park High School today for a pro-gun stand-up.
The school district says that it was all organized and put on by students, saying the high school only provided additional security. Fox 21's Sarah Ferguson joining us now. She was there to tell us about what the students had to say. Sarah.
Well, Scott Taylor, before students actually spoke, they did hold a moment of silence for victims lost in school shootings. Now, community members were also on hand as several students walked out of school. The Woodland Park Police Department was also there to help ensure student and staff safety, but the event itself remained peaceful. Now, students were given 30 minutes by the high school to participate before heading back inside. Many we spoke with say younger people are taking a stand and getting their voices heard, gathering for the pro-gun stand-up after March's nationwide school walkout. A student organizer we spoke with says they posted on the Woodland Park community page about the pro-gun stand-up, saying it was taken down shortly after and they were blocked from posting on the page again.
It seemed like a big part of the community just wanted to be there, and I think a lot more people would have showed up today if they knew for certain that, it was still going on, but, being that it got taken down, it was a little unfortunate, but we still have a lot of support here, so.
Now, Fox 21 did reach out to the admins for Woodland Park's community page, who said about 2 weeks ago they made the decision to include rules to keep politics and religion off the page, saying back in March, posts about the walkout then were taken down too because of all the unpleasant comments. Now, as for the student being blocked, the admin I spoke with said it was possibly because of comments that student made. Taylor Scott.
2 weeks ago. So that would be after the March for Life, meaning after they got all of their pub out, after they got all of the stuff, all of the positive press that they wanted out, then they decided that they were going to block it. Sounds kind of fishy to me. But I thought it was interesting because here you have a group of students. Now, you would have thought, well, for a couple of things. First, you'd have thought that all of these people who called the students in the March for Life, who called them so brave and talked about how great it was that they were standing up and promoting their First Amendment rights, exercising their First Amendment rights. I'm wondering why they weren't supportive of these students, why they weren't supportive of these students exercising their First Amendment rights. It was probably because they were exercising their First Amendment rights in support of the Second Amendment, which we all know that that's not really what they're interested in. See, to them, brave students are the ones who voice the opinions that they agree with, the ones that are supported by MSNBC, the ones that are supported by CNN, and all of the other mainstream news outlets. Now, mind you, I went and I did a lot of searching. I looked through all of the major news networks, the major newspapers, and none of them actually reported on this particular event, which I'm surprised because you would think that they would have been there. I mean, after all, aren't they the ones who believe in students being heard? In students who are feeling victimized? Aren't they the ones who believe in their ability to be able to exercise their right and tell people how they feel because they're hurting? Shouldn't they be supportive of these students as they exercise their rights to be heard by us adults? Yeah, well, evidently not, because only one major news outlet actually covered it, and guess which one it was.
Students in Colorado turned the tables on anti-gun protests by holding a pro-gun rally.
I don't believe that guns are the problem. I think it's more of the people.
If we have more armed officers or some type of security at our school and teachers trained more, that it will honestly stop or prevent school shootings a lot more.
Students showing support for guns while also honoring shooting victims with a moment of silence. The 30-minute walkout was organized by the teens and not affiliated with the school.
So it wasn't organized by the school, but it had to have been organized by CNN, right? Because CNN, well, they're the only ones who really believe in students having a voice. Now, I'm wondering when the town hall was held. Because these students, I mean, they were given a town hall, right? No town hall to talk about arming teachers, to talk about protecting the Second Amendment. No town hall for these students. No CNN. They don't get a town hall. Okay. Well, I thought though it was interesting that even the local media didn't actually share or allow them to express their opinions. They just noted that they had the rally. It was interesting, though, that in the Fox News story, they actually had let the students share what their perspective was. Interesting. Look, I very much appreciate these students doing this. My only regret regarding the whole thing is that they're the only ones, or at least they're the only ones that we're hearing about. Folks, if you know someone out there, if you have teenagers who are in school, if you have someone who's in college, they need to be exercised. They need to be doing these. They need to be having these rallies and inviting the media out. And when the media doesn't show, guess what? We don't need the media. We have our own media. We have our social media. So all you got to do, let us know. If you know about a rally that's taking place, and in particular, if it's being put on, led by, promoted by high school students or college students, let us know about it, and we'll make sure people know about it. And we'll make sure, trust me, if we start getting a movement going where we actually have students talking about the right to keep and bear arms, you may not hear about it on CNN. You may not hear about it on MSNBC or any of the major news networks, but I guarantee you will hear about it at the Firearms Policy Coalition. You will hear about it in the place that is the home in the fight for civil rights. Because as we say, got to use them or you are going to lose them, or we're going to lose them. So thank you to the students there in Woodland. We hope that more folks, or Woodlake, I'm sorry, thank you to the students there in Woodlake. We hope that you guys continue to stand up, continue to fight. We hope that all of you do that. Let's make this a movement, getting students, young people engaged and involved in the fight. There are people who want to believe that millennials and that the generation after the millennials, the ones coming through high school now, that they don't care about the Second Amendment, that they don't care about the right to keep and bear arms. Let's prove them wrong. And if they're not wrong, well, then it's time for us to do some educating, folks. It's time for us to do some talking to some of our young folk. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's Coffee with Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, a reminder, rally tomorrow at your state capitol. You know where to go on Facebook in order to find out where it's going to be in your state. Also, this afternoon, Sacramento Black Rifle, Citrus Heights, corner of Greenback and Fair Oaks. Come on out and say hello to the team at FPC. Have a great weekend. Once again, this is the home in the fight for civil rights. We got to use them or we're going to lose them. Take care.
If you like our videos, follow, subscribe, like, and share.